Today is the 1 year anniversary of starting this channel and this video series, and it's an emotional because, as you can see, I haven't grown hair out. I'm here with Zoe's older sister Arminda, and I asked her to come on to this video because I have some questions for her. Hi, welcome back to Grief Questions Answered. I'm Eric, and it's my goal with these videos to share everything I've learned about how to survive, find support in the loneliness of grief, and how to intentionally get back up and live beyond the loss of a loved one. If this grief tip doesn't help you today, I am confident it can and will help you at some point in the future, so be sure to save this video to watch later on. As a dad who had to navigate the loss of his daughter 10 years ago now, I've had my own journey, but so has Arminda. And Zoe and Arminda, by the way, were two peas in a pod. I still feel like they're two peas in a pod. Fiercely loyal to each other, caring, loving, will do anything for each other, knew each other's thoughts, like truly best friends and sisters. Arminda, welcome.
Hi.
So the question I have for you, Arminda, and I've been curious about this too, as Zoe's sister, what point did you feel like you made a shift or made a breakthrough in your healing after losing Zoe?
Well, I had micro shifts over, it's been 10 years. So I've had micro shifts basically at my lowest points. It wasn't in the lowest points that she came like I would hope she would when I was asking for her to come fix my problems. But it was after I fixed them myself that I could feel her role in that. And that kind of changed the leverage on it. It wasn't so much like she was stolen from me.
Were you feeling that initially? That she was taken from you?
Yeah, definitely felt like she was. But then it more so seemed like, don't know if this makes it any better, but she left. You know what I mean? And it wasn't, she didn't leave us empty-handed, you know? And it was like an Easter egg thing too. She kind of throughout our lives, I think, is hidden little lessons for us that, but I think it was honestly right around the 10-year mark that I allowed myself to get open to the point where I was meditating every week, and I don't do anything weekly, you know what I mean? So I was really committing to it because I just wanted to try it. I didn't even know what the goal was with it. Didn't think it had anything to do with Zoe, but I kept trying because I heard about transcendent meditation and really, really getting to this higher place, and I was just curious to see if that was possible. And tried a lot of times and it didn't work, and then it's something you can practice because eventually one time I was getting close, and and then all of a sudden it was boom, it switched, and all of a sudden it felt like my opened my eyes and the room was light, even though I was in bed in the dark, sober, you know what I mean? I was there, but that shocked me, that moment of real loss of control. Even though I put myself in that, even though I chose to meditate, I didn't actually think it would work. I didn't think that I'd reach that point, but the moment that happened, the moment that I felt true peace and empty mind, you know what I mean? I felt like someone was listening, and my immediately first thought out of anything was, where's my sister? Because if I reached this higher place, the only thing I really wanted to know about was if she was okay. If you can answer questions that no one else can answer, that's the only question I want answered.
Mm-hmm.
And look, this could be in like my mind manifesting it. It
Mm-hmm.
could be, I don't know, if like people believe in God or Buddha, whatever. But the answer I got was, she's right here.
Mm-hmm.
She knows who you are. And we're all here in this big room together. There's no walls or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But you've always been here, and you're always going to be here, and she's always going to know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like a ball of light. You know, I had this very like peaceful, and I believed it because there was a brief moment where I could just feel her. And you know when you can feel someone that you've had that, you know when it's them. Like,
right.
you know when you can feel when you're in the room with your grandma. You can
right.
feel, like, you feel that love. And I was hit with a feeling that I hadn't felt in a decade. And I don't think that was, like, the universe granting me my wish. You know, being like, good job, 10 years, you made it. Now you get to know the secrets of the universe. Like, I don't think that was the case. I think that it just took me that long to make it real and accept it, and also accept that I don't have to torture myself to survive this.
No. How do you think that this helped you on the healing journey?
I'm like a very factual person, so I think where I struggled before with healing was not knowing what happens after we die, kind of thing. And like, I still don't know what happens after we die.
Right.
But I think just opening my mind up to this peaceful concept of there being a possibility, you know, I think just like accepting. I was so sure that she was gone.
That's
I
right.
was
I remember
so 100% sure.
Right.
People would say to me, she's always going to be there with you.
Right.
She's right there with you. She's watching over you. And I was like, shut the up. I was like, what? Like, really? Because I can't see her anywhere.
Well,
like,
there's that sense of loneliness, and without your person with you, right? And Zoe, at that point in your life, was your person.
She was by my side from... I mean, I crawled in her crib. And used to sleep in her crib with her and steal her pacifiers. Like, And I always said this, and it felt true. Can't even put to words, but it felt like half of me died when she died. And not like I was like hollow or anything like that. It was like truly like, I don't even like necrosis. Like it was like, it felt like physiological. I felt half dead. And when that happened, like, it took me a few days to really process that like meditation experience. And what I realized is I'm not half dead, I'm half her. And I assumed she was dead and gone. But if I assume that she's just a light, and she's on her own journey, that means I'm not half dead, I'm half of a light. And like, it's up to me whether or not I choose to share that or hold on to it or see it. You know?
What if somebody was to ask you, then how do you carry on with such a heavy loss? What would you tell them?
Get up, make your bed, brush your teeth, fucking fight through it. Because it's gonna suck, and there is no quick fix, and there's no real fix. The only thing you can do is just go along with the motion, and then eventually you'll be okay, and it will hurt, but you won't. You need to survive, and like, it's easy to be so much in your grief that you forget that you have a body and that you're still alive. You know, and it's kind of comforting to neglect that, you know? Because we feel guilt living, you know, without that person. But once you like drink some water get some rest, go for a walk, and you force yourself to do the most uncomfortable things, be vulnerable, accept things, think about the things that hurt you.
Yeah.
You're making yourself stronger without even realizing it.
That's right. And it's all incremental. It's similar to your grief experience, that every single day you're not putting down another layer of sediment. What you're putting down is another layer of strength. Every minute, hour, and day that you are surviving, first of all surviving, but then, as Arminda said, getting back up and ultimately finding your path back to living beyond the loss of your loved one. And there is a life beyond that. By the way, what Arminda is doing now, and I'm going to share this in the description, is that she's painting. Her paintings are incredible, but that's how she's honoring Zoe's life, because her and Zoe would sit downstairs in my house and they would paint for hours and laugh and just make up stuff and draw and all these things. And so what's keeping Arminda going now is doing her artwork, and she's presenting her expression of her art to the world, which is not only healing her, but it's helping other people through whatever situation they're dealing with, because they resonate with this painting or this image, right? And so there's no greater gift, Mindy, than, I call her Mindy. There's no greater gift to this world than to honor your loved one. And sometimes that just means getting up, getting out of bed, and carrying on with your day, because eventually things do get better. Arminda, thank you.
Yeah, I love you.
I love you too,
this
pumpkins.
Is great.
So, as always, I hope this helps. If you have a question about grief that I can answer for you, post that in the comments below. And if you haven't done so yet, click that subscribe button down below, as that is one of the best ways to get notified of new videos just like this and to show support for the channel.
Yeah.
So, so let's continue to walk together, and I'll see you in next week's video.
Bye.